I went to Zanzibar. Knew it was a beautiful country. You know, I saw videos about it. I'm always hearing the people jump in the ocean, and so I'm like, okay, let's go over there. When I get over there, I'm like, nah, something ain't feeling right about it. So this lady who does tours there took me to this village, and at the village they didn't have no AC. The water kept going out. I just wasn't feeling good, so I ended up getting a more expensive place on the beach. It was called Lost Souls. So the Lost Souls is the restaurant, and then the hotel around it is like little huts. And so we went in the first hut, and I realized that I didn't make the payment to the last place that I was at, which was in the village. So I had start counting out the money to the lady, telling her, look, I need you to go to the village and pay these people. So she was like, okay, cool, I got you. So it was two guys that was moving my bags from the room that they tried to give me. The room that they tried to give me, I didn't like it because it didn't have AC in it. So I said, give me one with AC. So they was like, okay, we got one with AC in the front, but it's an upgrade. So he ended up telling the guys to go move my stuff. So they go move my stuff, and before they move it, they stopped and they looked at me talking to her and counting the money, and then they just disappeared, and I didn't see them again. So I said, do you think that they wanted some tip or something? She was like, yeah, probably. I said, okay, cool, I'll give them a tip. So I get to the room, the new room, I don't see them. I see my bags, but I don't see them. So I'm like, what the hell happened? So I asked the housekeeper, I said, do you know where those two guys that was moving my bags? She said, no, I don't know. So I spoke to her for a second, then I went inside the room. When I went in the room looked good. My tour guide walked me around, the manager walked me around, everything looking, you know, real tasty, real good. So I ended up locking the door, and I went with the tour lady. She was going to drop me off at the store, and I'm come back. So I went with her, and I got my keys in my hand and everything. I went to the store. I come back from the store. My children said they want to go swimming. So I said, go ahead and inside, change your clothes, and meet me at the little bar that's in the middle of the it's called Lost Souls, that's in the middle of the hotels. So they was like, all right, cool. So my son went in there first, changed his clothes, and then my daughter went in there and changed her clothes. Each time they changed their clothes, one stood outside, the other one stood inside, and they locked the door and they brought me the key. When I was leaving back to go back in there, which was only 5 minutes later, I walked past the swimming pool, and my kids said they want to go in the room with me. So I was like, all right, cool, come on, let's go. They didn't want to stay in the swimming pool. So we went in the room and we locked the door. I lay down, my kids get in the shower and take their showers or whatever, and then I put their phones on a charger. When I went to sleep, I made sure before I went to sleep, my door was locked, everything. When I went to sleep, I feeling like nothing scary, but I still had that feeling like I don't like this place. So about 1 o'clock in the morning, I jump up, I heard something, but I looked around, it was nothing, and I went to use the bathroom, I checked the door, and nothing was going on. So I went back to sleep. 2:30 in the morning, I hear screaming outside. I jump up out my sleep. Lo and behold, it's a man in my room. The man didn't just come in my room. The man been in my room before I even went in my room, before I even went to sleep. The man was in my room the whole entire time. The door was locked, but in Africa, they keep the key in the door so nobody can open up the door from the outside. I took the key to bed with me. So when I jumped up, I wasn't orientated to the place because I had just got there, you know, that day. So when I jumped up and I see him, my whole mind was to immediately fight him because my children are there with me. I have 2 children, 10 and 12, and they laying in the bed next to me. So I checked on them, they was good. So I immediately started fighting this man. And when I was fighting him, he was pushing the door. He was trying to kick the door, kick the handle and break it so he could get out, which make no sense. That's not going to work. You're just going to kick the handle off. But he was trying to kick the door. So I'm fighting him and he pushing back on me. The guy ended up breaking my hip. He ended up breaking my finger. And I didn't feel it at the time because my adrenaline was rushing. So I just decided that the best way I could get this man out of my room, because I don't know where the key at. I went to sleep, so my brain is foggy. So I just decided that the best way to get him out of here is to throw him out the window. So I ended up throwing the man out the window. The first time it didn't work. When I threw him out, his head got cut up, but it didn't work. I just pulled his ski mask off. He had a ski mask off. He had a jersey, he had a hoodie. He looked like he was American dude. And so I pulled his hoodie off, and I ended up trying it again, throwing him out there, and it worked this time. I took his head and threw him out, and it broke the glass, and I was able to throw him out. He tried to fight the guy who was screaming, because the guy who was screaming seen him through the glass, because he said when he first saw it, he saw somebody's figure walking around the room, and it looked like a man figure, and he was like, hold up, let me go check, because she don't have a man with her. And so then when he came over there, he could see the man moving the curtains trying to get out the door. So that's what made him start screaming. Then he seen the man with the ski mask, so he was like, oh no, let me go ahead and try to wake her up. So after I threw him out, he was able to fight the man a little bit. Then he ran and he collapsed at the swimming pool. So I'm screaming, telling people, help, help, help. Nobody's coming out their room to help me. All the people that was dead stayed right in their room. And so I had a security guard run over there, and when he ran over there, he told me that I need to be quiet because people are trying to sleep and I'm disturbing the peace. And I'm like, it was just a man in my room and he robbed me. I didn't know that he robbed me at that point. I didn't know he robbed me until after the fact. But he stole all my jewelry, he stole all my money, and he stole my phones. But I didn't know at that particular time because, like I said, I was just getting up. And so I didn't know what he was in my room for. I didn't know if he was trying to unalive me and my children. I don't know if he was trying to rape me. I just did not know. I just woke up and seen him at the door. I didn't know if he just got in. I didn't know nothing. You know, you either flight or fight, and I couldn't leave. So my whole thing was just to fight for my life. Nobody was trying to help me. So I told the security, I said, why don't you just call the owner? And he said, okay, I'm gonna call the owner. The owner told him that she not coming till tomorrow. So I'm just basically SOL. And then I said, well, call the police. They called the police. The police said they won't be there till tomorrow unless I come and pick them up. And they said they didn't have cars. And I'm like, I don't have a car either. I'm just visiting this place. I just went live. And as I went live, I didn't know the whole time that the owner was watching me in the camera on the porch. And I'm like, I hear people yelling from the village. I hear the ocean going crazy because of all the spirits. I hear the daggone bats and stuff and birds and screaming. It felt like I was literally in hell. And I'm screaming the whole entire time until the morning. Nobody's coming to my rescue. Nobody's coming to help me. So by morning, they basically said that when they came, that I need to go identify the body because they found the body in the village. So I went to identify the body, and the police told me that they was going to arrest me and charge me with death penalty because in Zanzibar there's no self-defense laws and there's no freedom of speech laws. And I was told that they were supposed to come and get me, put something on my mouth, and get rid of me, never to be seen again. Even though I had children, even though I was innocent, even though I was a victim, even though I wasn't in the wrong, even though I was defending myself and my children. Don't go to Zanzibar. If you go to Africa, make sure you take multiple people with you. Take somebody with you. Don't travel alone to Africa. It's not a good look. You never know what you're running into. And the laws over there are not the same as the laws in America. I wish you guys the best on y'all travels.